107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Good morning. This is Rebecca with the 107.9 FM School and Community Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. A local philanthropist is getting praised for her work with suicide prevention. Eleanor Letour was honored by Princeton University for her work with local mental health organization Contact. Mercer County residents will get to celebrate Christmas in a bright way. West Windsor is hosting their annual tree lighting on December 3rd at 7 p.m. next to High School South. West Windsor pet owners have an opportunity to protect their furry friends. There will be a free rabies vaccination clinic at the firehouse on November 30th. Fans of history in Mercer County will get an inside look into the creation of a famous sculpture. Chief Carver of Mount Rushmore, Luigi De Bianco's grandson, is hosting an event in Princeton to discuss the journey towards creating the landmark. Plainsboro's next Township Committee meeting will be on December 13th. The West Windsor History Museum is hosting a holiday open house on December 2nd and 3rd. Plainsboro families will get to enjoy time with a holiday icon. There will be a brunch with Santa on December 3rd. The current temperature is 29 degrees and it is partly sunny. Later, temperatures will reach a high of 37. At around 1 p.m., there is a chance of flurries. Friday and Saturday will reach highs above 50 degrees with partial clouds. This has been Rebecca with your 107.9 FM School and Community Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
I got a station full of one. Oh, I got a station and it's all full of 107.9. So divine. Wish I could listen anytime and always. They got music DJs that will amaze. It's no fake.
Take me away.
Take me away.
The best station.
The best station.
A sweet escape.
A sweet escape.
Take me away.
Get taken away to the best station, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Welcome to MidKnights. Good morning, everybody. It is a Tuesday morning, the first one after Thanksgiving, and we're all happy to be here, be back. My name is Julian.
I'm Liv.
And I'm Johnson.
And guys, so obviously coming off of a long weekend, we're all, pretty tired, but also looking back, it was a really, really great weekend. Everything involving Thanksgiving this weekend was a success. The parade headlined by Cher and Santa Claus, which is pretty awesome. The traffic was a lot better than usual. Normally on Wednesday nights, there's a bunch of cancellations and delays. The Flight Aware says that anything less than 300 cancellations is considered good in terms of flight cancellations. There were only 59, so a lot of the logistical things, the things that, kind of get in the way of people enjoying their Thanksgiving, they were a lot less common this year, which is a really good sign.
Yeah, that's definitely good. There were also two Palestinian protesters who entered the parade, but they were quickly detained by the NYPD, which I think is good. I don't think that that stuff like that should, I guess, interrupt something like the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, whatever side you're on, there's a certain time and place for it, but the parade is something that a lot of people look forward to, so, I guess from a strategical standpoint, it was a good idea, but they were quickly detained, and the parade just kind of went on, so hopefully if you're a parade enjoyer, you enjoyed that. My Thanksgiving, my own Thanksgiving, I thought went pretty well. Had a lot of good food, had a lot of fun times. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Thanksgiving was my favorite holiday, so I walked away pretty content with this year's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, my family always plays football, so I'm the football champion this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big
Me
deal.
and my brother and some of my cousins, we were playing some of the adults, and we won this year. Very fun.
That is awesome. Congratulations to Liv, our football champion. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on MidKnights on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Oh my god, your face is glowing. What do you use?
This glow comes from me listening to a blend of the most top quality music, talks, and sports.
You don't use any products?
Nope, I don't have to.
Not even Maybelline?
Maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's 107.9 FM.
What about CoverGirl? You have to use something.
Easy breezy 107.9 FM.
WWPH in Princeton Junction.
What should I do today? Let's see what's on Facebook. Oh my god, that's me. What is this? It's a video from our lunch table? He never even asked me if he could film it. I didn't even see him with his phone out. I didn't want anybody to see this. What if colleges find it? I was just joking when I said that, but he still didn't ask. He has to take it down.
Remember, no filming, audio recording, or picture taking without consent or face the consequences of confiscation, a Saturday detention, and police notification.
This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Go away, Anna.
Do you want to come and play?
No, Anna.
Do you want to listen to 107.9?
I would love to listen to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The home of the Pirate in the Night, 107.9 FM, WWPH, Princeton Junction. Welcome back. We are here on MidKnights here early in the morning, guys. I cannot believe it's not December yet because it really does feel like December. But either way, I feel like once we move on from Thanksgiving, now we're really in winter. I know winter technically doesn't start till December 21st, but it basically started. So I thought now would be a good time to take a look at some of my favorite winter candies, my favorite winter treats. Some little things that help fulfill my sweet tooth that just kind of fit the winter vibe, you know?
Yeah, so some of the candies that are like popular winter candies are fudge, peanut brittle, peppermint candies, candy canes, and truffles.
Yeah, I find that these are very much things that I like to enjoy during the winter. The only one that I've never had is peanut brittle. Now, here's the thing about peanut brittle. Is I've heard of it. I hear about it all the time, but I've never actually seen someone eat it. Strangely enough, I see it in like cartoons and stuff way more than I actually see it, you know, in stores or in like just cabinets, like kitchen cabinets or stuff like that. So if you've had it, I'm very curious to know how it is, but it sounds good. I've never actually seen anybody eat it before.
Yeah, like I'm on the same page with you, Julian. I've never really seen anyone eat it, never had it. Definitely heard of it. I think it would be good.
Yeah.
But something else that's also interesting is that the three most popular winter candies in New Jersey are Skittles, Reese's Cup Minis, and candy canes. Skittles confuses me.
Me too. Listen, I think Skittles are one of the most popular candies out there. However, are we really eating Skittles in winter? I know for a fact that when you eat Skittles in the cold, they are very hard to chew, and I don't understand why anybody would willingly subject themselves to that when they have options to eat other candies. I'm not judging. I like, it's not good for my teeth. I just don't enjoy eating Skittles when they're like frozen. So, clearly New Jersey disagrees with me, but that's at least how I feel. We're going to take a break here on 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. And we'll be right back on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Right on, man! Let's grab our boards, hit the beach, and crash these gnarly waves while we groove out to 107.9 FM, man! Woohoo!
Welcome back, everybody, to MidKnights here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Now, here in New Jersey, I believe it's in Monroe. If you've ever driven through Monroe, it's very possible that you've looked to your left, looked to your right, and you've seen this big castle thing, and you might be wondering, what is that? Like, why do we just have a random castle in the middle of Monroe? And the answer is because it is actually the New Jersey branch of Make-A-Wish. That's where that building is. So if you don't know what Make-A-Wish is, it's basically a charity. It's a children's charity for when children are ill. They can make a wish, and then that charity helps them fulfill that wish. So it might be, meeting someone. It might be getting something. Like, for example, there was a kid this year who wished for a tractor so he could help work on his family's farm, stuff like that. So this was a very important year in Make-A-Wish history because they granted 454 wishes this year and granted their 12,000th wish this year in their 40 years of existence. So it was a very successful year for them.
Yeah, that's really cool. They also made a wish bus, which can also help with transporting children to hospitals and places that they can grant their wish. Also a little personal thing. One of my cousins actually, he had his wish granted. He wished for a guitar. I think he got his guitar. I remember seeing pictures. This is a couple of years ago. But it's a really cool organization. It's definitely something worthwhile to look into if you want to look into it. But it's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, their whole mission statement, because I've done a lot of research on Make-A-Wish, is basically, when kids, feel better, like mentally, they end up feeling better physically, or that can at least help them towards that end goal. So being able to grant these wishes is a super cool thing that they do. It's very successful. And as I said, this was the New Jersey branch's 40th year. I think it was overall Make-A-Wish's 43rd year. So the New Jersey branch has been around for a while, and it seems like they'll be around for a lot longer as well, which is really cool. We're going to take a quick break here on MidKnights. Stay tuned on the Great 108.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mr. Erickson's 5th period social studies. Now who can tell me the 5th president of the United... Ugh, I love watching TikToks during class. I can't believe I have to be in Mr. Erickson's class, bro. Jackson, I think you're unmuted. Make sure to give your teacher the respect they deserve by muting your mic and paying attention in virtual class. A message brought to you by 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
MidKnights, welcome back. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. It is now time for our weekly... our bit of the day for the day of Tuesday, which is our Northern Night Spotlight. So each week we recap important sports and student news from the previous day / previous weekend. So sports are still kicking off. The winter season is just about starting, but basically practices for almost every sport are underway. Hockey practice kicked off yesterday. I always like talking about hockey here on the station just because we're a North-South station. And one of the great things about the hockey team is that it's also a North-South team. So it's super cool to see kind of that connection there. But also, most of the other sports are underway as well.
Yeah, also another sport that's North and South is cheerleading. I know for, basketball and stuff they aren't, but for, competition cheer they are. And they are actually going to Florida for nationals soon, which is something that's really cool. I know they went last year. It's definitely a really cool experience, and I hope they... do really well.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they did really well last year as well, so very exciting opportunity for them. I think that's in February, but it just got announced, which is why it's in the news right now. And one more thing, we have an athlete here in the room who will be partaking in a winter sport. Liv, you are a basketball player, correct?
Yes, I am. Basketball tryouts have finished, but we are holding, practice tryouts still, figuring out who's on varsity and JV, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Hopefully the basketball team shapes out to be really good this year. You can stay tuned here on 107.9 FM. We might actually be calling some basketball games this year. So a lot to look forward to here on the station. We've got news coming up right now, and we'll be right back.
Hey Siri, what's the best station on the radio right now?
Well, that depends. What do you want to hear?
I'm looking for the perfect mixture of entertainment, news, sports highlights, games, puns, a great cast, pretty much anything that I can look for in a good radio station.
In that case, why don't you listen to the Great 108? Tune into WWPH 107.9 FM in Princeton Junction.
From Hollywood to your hometown, it's the Great 108 Entertainment Flash.
Good morning, this is John with the 107.9 FM Entertainment Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. A celebrity plans on making a comeback. The Late Show host, Stephen Colbert, plans on making a return to hosting after undergoing surgery. The music community is mourning the loss of a Grammy-nominated artist. New Orleans soul singer Gene Knight has died at the age of 80. Bengals fans are hoping for a quick recovery to their star quarterback. Joe Burrow had a wrist surgery yesterday, and Jake Browning is expected to take his position again for the game on Monday. A new movie will soon be streamed on Netflix. The Super Mario Bros. Film will be available to watch on December 3rd, producing nearly $1.4 billion at the box office. The NJ Transit reports as of 8:10 a.m., the Northeast Corridor is on alert due to poor track conditions on the Amtrak near Hamilton. There's a delay on the Lincoln Tunnel eastbound on the South Side Tunnel, and on the center lane, it is blocked due to a crash. The current temperature is 33 degrees and partially sunny. However, later it will reach a high of 40 degrees and expected flurries at 1. This has been John with your 107.9 FM Entertainment Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023.
WWPH, Princeton Junction. Smiles are powerful. They spread joy, laughter, and hope. But not everyone gets a fair chance at a smile. Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. In America, most children with clefts receive immediate care, but others around the world may never have access to the surgery they need to thrive. Smile Train is changing that. As the world's largest cleft charity, our sustainable model has sponsored more than 1.5 million smiles. We offer training and financial support to local medical professionals so they can provide life-changing surgery and other essential services at no cost to families.
It's important to see these children, to hear the difference that we make. And for me, being born with a cleft lip and palate, knowing what they went through, is so life-changing for me.
Help us change the world one smile at a time. To learn more, visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Welcome back, everybody, to MidKnights here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Now, here at High School North, you might notice when you're upstairs or downstairs that, you walk into a room, it's really hot in that room. You're sweating, everything's bad, and then you walk into the next room, and then it's suddenly freezing. And there's actually a reason for that. I've been talking with members of the building union, and basically what happens is the climate has to be set in the beginning of the day, since the building is so large. So, if you set the climate because at the moment it's cold, you set it really hot, but then in the afternoon, the temperature is hot. Now it's just hot. I don't know how else to say it. Now it's just hot. So that's kind of the root of the problem in terms of the climate here at High School North, and the climate is set on the different floors in different regions. So that's why, you might be upstairs and it's really hot, and then you walk downstairs, or you even just walk to another section of the upstairs classrooms, and suddenly it's really cold. So that's something that probably doesn't get talked about a lot, but it definitely bothers a lot of students here at High School North.
Unfortunately for us, New Jersey climate makes it so that when it's in the morning, it's actually really cold, like you said, but it also gets really hot in the afternoon. So that just makes it harder for the climate and people setting the temperature to actually decide which temperature to set it at.
Exactly, and that's why it's so varied, is because, different people have different kind of strategies for how they would like to set it. And it's a shame because, you want, it's hard as a student and a teacher to be able to work when the temperature isn't comfortable. So, it takes a big toll on students, definitely. We're going to take a break here on MidKnights, 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. Stay tuned for more. We'll be right back here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Hot chocolate. I always enjoy a good cup.
Listen to the station that's always hot. There's tons of things we've got on the Great 108.
Welcome back to MidKnights here on the Great 108, 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. So, let's take a trip overseas. Let's go to New Zealand. Basically, last year, they passed legislation that would have banned cigarette sales to anybody born after the year 2008. It would have gone into action next year. However, yesterday, the legislation was reversed. There's a new prime minister. He's more of a conservative prime minister. His name is Chris Luxon. The previous prime minister, Liberal Jacinda Ardern, was the one who actually put this into effect. But basically, many people are outraged because modeling suggested that this ban would have prevented up to 5,000 smoking deaths each year, and now obviously that ban has gone away.
Yeah, so smoking is the number one cause of preventable deaths in New Zealand, so this act would have reportedly helped prevent the future generations in New Zealand. Yeah. So the new Prime Minister, Chris Luxon, he argues that this bill would have just created a black market for tobacco, which I guess would be true, but it's also, there's definitely two different sides of this kind of event, and yeah, I can definitely see the two sides very clearly, yeah.
When banning anything, a black market is always concerned, but I feel like the people that this bill is mainly targeting are like teenagers who decide to smoke, and the average teenager is not getting onto a black market in my opinion, so I still think this bill would have been effective in some sort of way. Yeah,
that's a good point, and not just our teenagers not getting onto black markets, but black markets in general. it's just harder to find things when they're banned, right? So even if it doesn't have the 5,000 lives a year impact like it says it would, it's still going to have some kind of impact, but at least that's my thinking. But I do see where Chris Luxon is coming from in terms of how, basically are we just promoting things like smuggling, like, during the, whatever amendment it was that banned alcohol in the United States a long time ago. People just ended up smuggling it in. So, there are definitely two sides to the story, but I think that I think it'll be an interesting to see kind of where they go from here, because a lot of people are still trying to fight this. But we're going to take a break here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Stay tuned here on MidKnights, and we'll see you in just a second.
All right, another great day with the Great 108. Time to head home. Wait a second. Is that you, DaBaby? Yeah. What the? Okay, anyways, so DaBaby, have you tuned into the Divine 107.9? Yeah. Nice. Is it the #1 place for the best music, DJs, games, talks, and current events? Yeah.
Well, I think we can all agree with DaBaby on this one.
Let's go. Listen to DaBaby and join us on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Yoda, quick! Help us defeat the Sith!
Sorry, I listen to 107.9 FM. Ask Yoda later.
MidKnights, 107.9 FM, WWPH Princeton Junction. Welcome back. All right, let's do a quick look into the Republican nominations, what's going on over there as we ramp towards the 2024 election. So former President Donald Trump, he still has a pretty large lead, actually a very large lead, over the rest of the candidates. He has like 60.3% of the national polls. Closest next one is Ron DeSantis with 12.3%. Now, Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida. He had a ton of momentum leading up to the beginning of nominations. We thought it was going to be a Trump versus DeSantis basically fight the entire way. But ever since the debates and the campaigns have really kicked off, Trump's been just running away with it, and DeSantis has kind of faltered a little bit. Now, the nominee with the most momentum besides Trump is actually Nikki Haley, who's the former governor of South Carolina. Basically, this past weekend, President Trump attended college football game, South Carolina versus Clemson, 2 teams in South Carolina. And he was met with a mix of cheers and boos. So those boos, probably a lot of them could have come from Haley supporters, because that is indeed her home state. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how much of a run Haley can make. But as of right now, it still looks like it's Trump's nomination to lose.
I think it's very interesting that Nikki Haley is gaining a lot of this popularity, because not only was Nikki Haley the South Carolina governor, she was also the U.S. UN ambassador. And I think that with the state with Israel-Palestine war and all the conflicts going around in the world, it's interesting that Americans are starting to support her, maybe because of her experience with foreign relations and diplomacy.
Yeah, that's a great point. And if Trump keeps running away with this, we have to start thinking about who he might choose as his running mate as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Haley's on that short list, because, like you said, Johnson, she has a lot of experience in terms of foreign issues, dealing with other countries, and clearly she's very popular right now. So a lot of interesting ways that this could turn out. Like I said, Trump still has a pretty large lead, but we'll have to see what happens. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back here on MidKnights, so stay tuned.
If you love rock and roll or any other music genre, you'll also love 107.9 FM WPH in Princeton Junction.
You're on the run, but do you know what's fun? We're the radio station with jokes and puns. Only the best on 107.9 FM.
Welcome back, everybody, to 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction. The Red Cross Blood Drive here at High School North is coming up next week. It's an annual event here held here at North, open to all teachers and students. If you're eligible, you have to be over 16. December 7th, next Thursday. Make sure you stop by if you can. Refreshments will be offered after. This is Daydreaming by Harry Styles. We'll be right back.
Woohoo! I got into college! Senioritis, here I come. I can just chill for the rest of the year and not have to do any work for school at all.
That's not true. If the college finds out you're getting really bad grades, they could rescind your acceptance.
Aw, they're not gonna find out.
They could, and even if they don't, it doesn't matter. You still have to maintain an A average and get an A fourth marking period, or else you're gonna have to take your finals.
Sweet nibblets! I guess I had to put in effort for the rest of the year.
This has been a message brought to you by 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9 WWPH.
your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Good morning. This is Rebecca and John with the 107.9 FM Roundup Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023.
Princeton residents will soon have more access to public transport. The Tiger Transit is increasing the number of their buses in hopes of making public transportation more accessible.
A nationally recognized shop is opening in Mercer County. The Container Store is now located in the square in West Windsor and is 15,000 square feet.
A newly appointed West Windsor Plainsboro principal is quickly making an impact. The 107.9 FM correspondent Johnson Lynn reports on one of his moves is expected to bring fun and unity.
A highly anticipated event is coming to West Windsor Plainsboro High School North. New principal Lamont Thomas is working with the student council to plan a field day. He has previously planned similar events in his former role as the principal of Grover Middle School. Thomas hopes the Northern Knights field day will take place as early as the spring of 2024. This has been Johnson with your 107.9 FM news.
Rescuers in India are continually working on saving trapped workers. A mountain tunnel collapsed on November 12th, and 41 people are still inside.
A country is making a stand against tobacco. France will ban smoking in public areas such as parks and beaches in hopes of shrinking the amount of tobacco-related deaths.
A local sports team will soon start their season. The High School North boys basketball team will kick off their season against Monroe Township on December 4th.
A sports team is making a massive change. The Carolina Panthers have fired their head coach Frank Reich after only coaching 11 games for the team.
Local residents are soon able to participate in a pop-up art sale for a good cause. Garden State Watercolor Society is hosting the event in Princeton on Thursday, and all the proceeds will go to the Mercer Street Friends nonprofit.
The New Jersey Transit reports that there is a 30-minute delay on the Northeast Corridor. 2 left lanes are closed on the New Jersey 24 westbound east of Exit 7 in Summit due to a crash.
The weather is expected to stay cloudy for the rest of the day with expected flurries at 1 p.m. Tomorrow there will be a high of 37 degrees and it will be partially sunny.
This has been Rebecca and John with your 107.9 FM Roundup Flash for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023.
WWPH Princeton Junction.
Every year, Steve Faircal climbs the stairs of the John Hancock Center in Chicago, 94 floors to the top.
It's called the hustle up the Hancock.
It's hard to believe when you watch Steve today that a few years ago, his lungs were failing and he was fighting to survive.
For 8 hours a day, someone was pounding on my chest to try and keep my lungs clear. I honestly don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received the gift of life, a double lung transplant made possible by an organ donor.
After I got my new lungs, I started doing things that I had never been able to do. I never knew that breathing could feel this good.
Steve climbs to honor his donor and to raise awareness for organ, eye, and tissue donation.
Wouldn't you like that when you left this beautiful planet, that you could save a few lives on your way out? It's an incredible gift.
Imagine what you could make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
107.9 means family. Family means nobody gets left behind. So join our family on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to MidKnights. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Thanks, everybody, very much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow for the rest of the week and for the rest of the year with so much more for you. Once again, thanks again for listening. My name is Julian.
I'm Liv.
And I'm Johnson.
And we'll see you next time here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Just remember that 107.9 FM is the last radio station on your dial, but the first in your heart. And we'll see you next time here on WWPH Princeton Junction.